What's going on, Scorpio? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for December 26th through January 1st. So, in this reading, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the week, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and much more regarding December 26th through January 1st. But before we begin this reading, Scorpio, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Scorpio, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Scorpio. So, without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy and we'll see what wants to come through for you for the upcoming week. Okay. Okay. What's going on, Scorpio? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for December 26th through January 1st. So, in this reading, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and much more regarding the week of December 26th through January 1st. But before we begin this reading, Scorpio, I do want to take a moment, as always, to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Scorpio, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Scorpio. So, without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy, see what wants to come through for you for this upcoming week of the 26th into the new year. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Scorpio. What is going on with the water signs today? Wow, seems to be a little bit of something in the air. So let's start this reading off for you with some pre-shuffled oracle cards, messages from the universe for this week. First thing you have is Magic Manifesting Isis. Okay, your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused here. So make sure that you keep in mind what it is that you want to manifest here, Scorpio. Realizing that the mind can be likened to a garden. If you let it run on autopilot, most of us have a really crappy subconscious mind. If you don't take control of your thoughts, set big goals. There's also something about, as we move into the new year, don't be afraid to set big goals for yourself. And don't be afraid to take control of your mind, because if you just let it run wild, it's probably going to do some crazy things, right? There's also something coming through about, like, you should hit about 80% of your goals. If you don't set your goals, like, too big, like, if you set your goals too small, like, if you hit every single one of your goals, that means you're not setting big enough goals. There's something about that for the new year, as you set goals maybe for the new year. You also have El Moria, Awakening Presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. I really feel like there's going to be something this week that makes you very much in your head. I feel like this is going to have to do with some sort of conflict that you're experiencing with someone close to you, perhaps. Maybe this is to do with family, because very close to the holidays here. And so there could be something about trying your best to not let your thoughts get the better of you. You don't have to believe in every thought that you have as well. Okay, there's a difference between, like, the thoughts that you have about everyday life and intentional thoughts about manifesting. So make sure that you connect with nature and stuff like that. And you also have White Eagle. Yeah, for a lot of you, this could have to do something with your family. It seems like some ancestral trauma is coming up. Ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed at this time. Okay, so we start this reading off with your opportunity. Your opportunity is the Seven of Cups here, Scorpio. You may have an opportunity to see some sort of deception, to see through some sort of, I'm just getting, like, lies. There could be someone who's lying to you, or there could be something that you admit that maybe you've been lying to yourself about what it is that you really want. Maybe you've been settling short. We're going to have to see what this is about. But you have an opportunity to make a very big decision about where your life is going. There's a lot of potential illusions in your way. We're going to have to clarify what that's about. This also could have to do with a love interest. Some of you could have as well a little bit of a disagreement with someone in love here, Scorpio, for this week that you're in a committed thing or talking to or dating. This also could be how you want to move forward with your family for some reason. Now, you have, Scorpio, in your challenge, the Two of Pentacles here. Two of Pentacles is, once again, I mean, your opportunity and your challenge seem like you're going to have to sort through some sort of indecisive thing, right? There's something that happens here this week that makes you, kind of puts you potentially in the back foot of where I think deep down you know what you need to do with this situation. But at the same time, it's like weighing the options and the benefits of a choice that you have to make. Now, here's the thing. Some sort of conflict is arising. For a lot of you, it's going to have to do with interpersonal. For others of you, with something else. Now, look at the overall general energy for you, Scorpio. It's all swords. The swords have to do with the mind and also conflict. A lot of you here are having a really hard time making a decision about the overall direction of your life. It makes sense for the returning viewers. I talked about it may be very unclear what you're moving towards in your life right now. You may have thought that you wanted to do something with your life. I wanted to dedicate myself to this person or this career, and that may still continue to be questionable to you. And so what's happening here for a lot of you here is just you really being undecided, you know, like the Seven of Swords, the Two of Swords, and also the King of Swords. Really hard for you to make a decision about something you need to. Now, alternatively here, a lot of you are dealing with someone who's very stubborn. This could be a family member that you're dealing with who thinks they know how your life is meant to be. Or what I'm getting is there's someone potentially around you who thinks they know how you should be living your life better than you, and that's part of the conflict here. This could even be in a love relationship. There's someone here who's very stubborn, not going to budge at all, Scorpio. I mean, the King of Swords and the Two of Swords, you don't get much more hard-nosed than that. Now, a lot of you, this could be you, and a lot of you, what I'm sensing, and this isn't going to be for all of you, I want to make that clear, this is not going to be for all of you, but for those of you who resonates here, you're not making a big change that you know you need to, and you're deceiving yourself. So the opportunity here, Scorpio, is, are you having a foolish consistency? A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds, adored by little statesmen and philosophers and divines. So make sure that you're not having a foolish consistency in your life. You may be worried about people calling you out on inconsistency or something. I just feel like you're dealing with a stubborn person. We're going to have to see as we go along. Now, you might have to be coming to a realization in your life, and this is very, like, it makes sense. The last reading I did for you, Scorpio, was from December 15th through January 15th, and this week, the 26th to the 1st, is right in the middle of this time frame, so it makes sense. But, I mean, look at this energy here in what you don't see coming. You have the Five of Cups, you have the Judgment card, and you also have the Death card here, Scorpio. So there's some sort of deep, I feel like you're confronting deep pain This could have to do with a very stubborn person who thinks that they know better, or you're just dealing with, you're trying to work through something in love with a family member or a lover, and it's just like, you may have to realize that I need to go a different direction because it's not going to really work out. That's like the Judgment card is about a major shift in consciousness, and then the Death card is about a major transition. The Five of Cups is about sadness. I feel like for a lot of you, you're seeing someone is just incapable of change, toxic. A lot of you have been trying your best to have patience or to deal with someone, and it's just not happening. Now, for others of you though, Scorpio, I do feel like you're really going to have to finally give up on something that, once again, you could never have imagined in the past. This has to do with a major life event, something that you were studying for, working at a job for 10 years, being close with your family for 10 years. Just because people are your blood family, people ruin their whole lives by staying under a pressure cooker of being loyal to their blood family when it's not actually in the best interest for their soul. So I don't know what this is about, but clearly I feel like you're going to be confronting a conflict within yourself or to do with another person that's very sad. So the thing here, Scorpio, is like, don't think you need to have it figured all out. Your challenge is the Two of Pentacles, right, Scorpio? So with this being your challenge right here, what I will say is that don't think you need the answer right now. Especially look at your opportunity is the Seven of Cups. So on the one hand, I'm saying you need to free yourself of some sort of deception, some sort of conflict. At the same time, with this being your opportunity and your challenge right now, I feel like this is more of like a clearing. Success is not about what you say yes to, it's about what you say no to. And so before you can say yes to something new, you need to say no to something current. Does that make sense? So don't feel like you need to be in the space where you have it all figured out. You need to be in a space where you clear the cobwebs and then you can plan from a solid. Don't build your foundation on sand because the sea is just going to wipe that away. You need to build your foundation with rock, right? And so when it comes to your advice from your spirit guides, you have the Devil, you have the Chariot, and you also have the Two of Wands here, and the advice from your spirit guides here, Scorpio. So with this being your advice from your spirit here, I feel like this is you free. You're divinely protected to free yourself from anything that you believe to be toxic. A toxic individual, also a toxic life path that sometimes you don't know if something is toxic until you try it. Okay, and so there's no shame here. I also want you to release yourself of guilt or shame that there's something that's not working out, or there's something here that's it's like it isn't what you thought it was. And so instead of viewing this as a failure, you want to view this as actually a success because now you have more information about what you want. If something doesn't work out, now you have more clarity about what it is that you do want. And then what can you do with that is you can then manifest that more clearly. Now you have more clarity on yourself. Now the thing that separates people who are great from people who are just kind of drifters is that they really double down on these moments when awareness is here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this reading and start clarifying what this is about for you, Scorpio. First thing that I'd like to clarify for you, Scorpio, is why the Seven of Cups is here in your opportunity. How are you deceiving yourself? How is someone deceiving you potentially? Ooh, yeah, I mean, you got the Ten of Swords flying out, Scorpio. Really clearly, it's like, and what you don't see coming of the Death card, what needs to come to an end that you maybe are very afraid of letting go of? Because here's the thing, it's like painful. Right now, it's all about embracing pain. And that's what, you're in the underworld, Scorpio. This is not anything foreign to you, necessarily. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Two more. What is this about for Scorpio? Yeah, for a lot of you, this definitely has to do with work, giving up on something that you just are no longer into, or you felt deceived, or you feel like, I put in so much time to this, I can't possibly give it up. Actually, you can. Actually, you just can. So the Seven of Cups in your opportunity is surrender, Scorpio, to some sort of collaboration. Either something you were trying to work through with another person, you were trying to give someone in an interpersonal relationship the benefit of the doubt, but for most of you, this has to do with your purpose in life or your career or what you're What is your project in life? What are you here for? What are you putting your energy towards? Or something that you just simply no longer enjoy? The opportunity is to surrender, to look at this from a different perspective without beating yourself up, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but let's also go ahead and see why. I'm not even going to clarify your challenge. I just feel like your challenge is like you don't know if you're deceiving yourself by this. Let's go ahead and see why, Scorpio. Why is the Two of Swords here in your overall general energy? You have Five of Pentacles. A lot of you just have no idea what you're going to do. That's really like... Also, this has to do with your ancestry, people pressuring you. You're not a good person if you're irresponsible, Scorpio. If you give this up, I helped you get here. There could have been a lot of people that helped you get to the point where you are along the way, but guess what? They're not living your life. It's your life, okay? You need to take it into your own hands at this point. Why is the Two of Swords here for Scorpio? Now, for others of you, this could be something that you already made your mind up. I'm leaving this situation in my life. I'm leaving this career. I'm changing my purpose. And this could be someone around you who's very upset. If you already know and you're not in denial about the fact that you need to do this, it's the fact that you're letting it go and someone else can't believe it. This could be coworkers, friends, family, lover. The Two of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Fool here. So I feel with this energy, clarifying the Two of Swords being about denial, not wanting to look at something here, Scorpio, there's clearly something ending. Once again, you have the 10, which is all about an ending. Something feels like a burden. It needs to go away. But the good thing is you have a completely new beginning in the physical realm. You have the Ace of Pentacles here, and you also have the Fool. This, for a lot of you, most of you, this has to do with being open to possibility. Being open to a completely new way of doing things as well, even if it scares you. The universe might be calling you right now to face your deepest fear of like, I can do something more. I can do something more. But what you really need to do is not like, here's the thing. What I'm getting from this is what got you to this point, whatever success that you've had, that you're now like saying, I need to give this up and I need to pivot. What got you here is not going to get you there. What got you to the dance is not going to get you to the next dance. And there's something about you need to do something in a completely radical new way that may not be from addition, but it's to do with subtraction. You may have to throw out everything that you ever thought you knew. You may have to throw out, like, part of why I'm successful on YouTube is just because I threw out all of my, to the best of my ability, that I still do, conditioning from school. Most of what we're taught in school is not to create empowered individuals. It's to create what they want you to think. So is there something about thinking for yourself, and that may scare you in some sort of way? Or you've always known this, but it's just about acting on it. There's a difference between like thinking about it and then acting on it. Okay. Let's go ahead and so you may feel pissed off. You may feel like someone screwed you over, and you may have a realization. Don't be afraid to get angry. Do you want to know, Scorpio? So if you're at this point, like, I'm not saying have it all figured out, but do you know how I found my purpose is anger? Anger. People making fun of me for being autistic, my childhood in high school. Angry about that. I said, I'm just going to embrace this, and I'm going to, like, make something of myself. Not by changing it, because, oh, it can't be like what they made. No, just doubling down on what they hate, or they made fun of me. Now who's laughing at, seriously. So the way to find your purpose in life is what angers you about the world. What angers you about the world? That's the first step. That's not what most people think, because most people look at me, oh, he's a spiritual, connecting with the angels tarot card reader. Do you know how I got here? Is being pissed off, being broke, having everyone not believe in me, having every single relationship fall apart, having me not believe in myself, having me question everything. Okay? So don't, like, this is what is happening to you to some degree. So use it as fuel. Because with everything that happens, there's an opposite and equal reaction. There's something about like the universe is dual, yin yang. Use that. All right, now let's go ahead and see why the Judgment card is here. What realization are you having? What judgment are you making about someone maybe who pressured you or something? Why is the Judgment card here, Scorpio, for you? All right, the first two energies that came out here are the Queen of Swords and also the King of Pentacles. A lot of you here are having a realization that I'm not just going to do something for money that makes me no longer happy, even if it's the expectations for other people. You also have the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and also the Four of Cups here. So a lot of you, this could spill over, because obviously, like, whatever you do, your purpose or your living is going to be connected to people. And I feel like there's some sort of pressure here that you just need to make a judgment, like, you know, if you're not happy doing something, you got to bounce. Like, if I wasn't happy doing, if skiing down a mountain was the thing that made me the most happy, is what I'd be doing. So you got to do something. You need to be self-reliant here in some sort of way, Scorpio. Now let's get some advice for you. So clearly, don't be afraid to go into your sadness, to cut something out, to go into an ending. Let's go ahead and see why. Why is the Devil here, Scorpio, so you have no obligation to be loyal to your former self. Every day is a new day. Every change is a total change, by the way. The present moment is all that there exists. So a lot of you also, that's the reason why Awakening Presence came out, right? The reason why El Moria, you have there's like many secrets to this universe. But one of the secrets is the present moment, okay? And so there's something about here, like, you can get lost in time. Oh, I wasted so much time. Now it's going to take so long to do this new thing. But then you're missing your whole life either way. So you might be having a crazy spiritual awakening right now. And most of us, what does it take for us to have a spiritual awakening? It's loss. I wish it wasn't like this. But for most 99% of the population, me probably included, it's loss. That's the only reason I'm awakened, is because of loss. So don't fight this. If you know, you're at a very crucial point right now, Scorpio. Why is the Devil card here? Your advice. You're not as stuck as you think. It's all a choice. You have free will. You can choose it, whatever. Don't let anyone take that away from you. The Devil in your advice is clarified with the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you got to free yourself. You got to free yourself from some sort of stuckness here, Scorpio, and make sure, once again, the Seven of Cups is your opportunity. You don't have to have it figured out. You just need to know what you don't want rather than what you do want. The advice here is you know exactly what you don't want, okay? You may not know where you're going. The Seven of Cups, you have many choices. You're going to run into different problems now. Like when you free yourself from the stuckness that just, for a lot of you, it seems just absolutely, it seems intolerable at this point for you to continue in stuckness. So you're giving up on a known problem. The devil you know is always better than the one that you don't know, seemingly. But here's the thing. You're giving up on a problem that is intolerable to you. You don't know where you're going, but guess what? Now, instead of dealing with the old set of problems, you're going to be dealing with a new set of problems. But guess what? They're your problems. And do you know how much infinitely better your problems are than dealing with problems that you hate but you're just putting up with even though you want to change, that you don't know? For example, when I was in college and I hated it and I knew that I had to leave and I was being thrown at, go to this, all this shit being thrown at me. It wasn't my problems. It was these people's problems. I wanted to go crazy. The moment I dropped out, was it scary? Did I have no security? Was it potentially dangerous? Yeah, but they were my problems. Do you know how much better that feels when it's your problems rather than this person's bullshit. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading, Scorpio. I hope that this provided you clarity and insight, and I'll talk to you next time.